Hey there, welcome to Main Street Living. I'm Cheryl Nelson.
Hey everybody, I'm Quincy Carr.
And I'm Danielle Alvari.
I can't believe the holidays are sneaking up on us. We're already past Thanksgiving, and now I think everybody's in a shopping frenzy. I always loved Black Friday shopping, though, guys. What about you?
You liked it?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I was one of the midnight shoppers.
Cheryl, isn't that the thing on the news that like people get trampled?
Well, okay, no. So the trampling usually happens when the stores open at like 4 or 5 in the morning. I don't do that. I'm done by then. So I go to some of the ones. Yeah, I go to some of the ones, I don't know, that are open midnight, 1 a.m. I like to stay up. I'm a night owl. And then I'll go to bed when everybody else is coming at 4. Yeah. What about you guys?
That's the strategy.
Yeah, it looked like you bought some fire back there, Danielle. You got a little roasting going on back there?
Yeah, I'm trying to use the, reduce, reuse. I'm trying to not use the heater as much, so.
So does that actually help?
It's all mental, Yeah, it's all mental. You're only cold, it's mental.
Tell me if that works. I've got a space heater by my feet right now.
No, I don't have any heater. I don't have anything. But ladies, did you notice I fixed up Dr. Kim? Okay.
Oh,
she looks lovely.
I love it.
I put a couple of little ornaments on her. She feels festive because y'all know. I think she's taking some of my energy, of the whole Christmas holiday thing. So I'm just trying to do the best I can. Yeah.
Well, at least you're doing something. And have you guys done your shopping yet? Are you done, or do you still have stuff to buy?
My wife pretty much does all the shopping. I just say, cool. That's really? Cool.
Really? What about
luxurious life you lead there?
No, you have to buy her gifts.
No. We have a whole different thing. Like we stopped doing gifts a long time ago for each other. We do gifts for our daughter and for other people that's close. But we got to the point where we was like, we don't need to give each other anything. We'll get something together.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
I made a lot of my gifts this year, actually. So, so I'm excited to give them because, blood, sweat, and tears went into them.
Your gifts are so unique. She's really crafty. If you guys didn't know, Danielle, you do great artwork.
I appreciate that.
Do you have something that you can show us?
I do. Yeah. Hopefully my friend doesn't watch this show, which I don't think she does, but this is my friend's dog.
Look at that.
That's adorable.
Yes.
People love their pets, I'm telling you.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's so good. And, speaking of gifts, Hanukkah is December 10th through 18th. And so I know there's a lot of gift giving with Hanukkah as well. Danielle, your gifts would be perfect. Give a personalized gift every day.
Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, I would be literally working year round to do that.
Right. Oh, I know. And guys, speaking of gifts and giving, it is the season of giving. We're talking a lot about giving back in today's show, first through the Salvation Army and the food bank.
Definitely. And then we're also get to hear from our friends at the Alpha Project who are working to help the homeless.
And later, we're actually getting a little bit of clarity on what's involved in family court.
Ooh, that's a nice mix there. So we've got a great show for you guys. Yeah, you don't want to go away. But first, we're going to talk about a classic holiday tradition, rather. Find out what that is next. Welcome back to Main Street Living. Guys, the holidays are my favorite time of the year because there are so many great traditions.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
I'm all in it. Yeah.
It's all in. Well, one of my favorite traditions, Cheryl, is going to see the Nutcracker Ballet. But obviously this year with COVID-19 going on, not necessarily an option, but we're going to talk to someone who's going to give you guys a way to keep the magic alive this holiday season. We have James Canfield here. He's the choreographer for the Nevada Ballet Theatre Nutcracker. James, thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, my pleasure. Good morning, everyone.
Hey, James.
Hello.
So James, tell us, you've been doing this Nutcracker Ballet since 2012. Obviously, unprecedented year here. How have you guys found ways to keep the magic alive in the show this year?
That's a great question, and it's been very challenging, not just for Nevada Ballet Theatre, but for all ballet companies globally. I think it's obviously the pandemic has hit the world, and so has the challenge of what the performing arts and their future will look like. I think what NBT has done is very unique and both educational and entertaining. I think it has this pause has allowed them the opportunity to come out and give not only a history of Nevada Ballet Theatre's road and path of performing the Nutcracker, but moreover, it has allowed for a time to educate on the ballet itself, historically, where it began, the music, and a lot of very interesting facts that came along with that. I think Roy has done, Roy Kaiser, the artistic director, an amazing job at making it cohesive and interesting. So you're not just going to see excerpts from the production, but you're going to hear from him. You're going to hear from the co-founder of the company, Nancy Housels, who has seen all 4 productions, and then board members like Richard Plaster and others, plus the generations of people within the community that have grown up and made this ballet a part of their tradition. So I think cohesively, it's an amazing job what they've done, and very interesting and a different take. So the magic is still there.
Yeah, and speaking of the magic, with the help of the review journal, MBT has created 3 episodes highlighting how your Nutcracker is brought to life and all the hard work that goes into it. So, James, can you tell us a little bit about the show's conception and what you guys hope to accomplish with these larger-than-life elements?
That's another great question, and a lot of challenges that we had in the beginning. But the first and foremost was becoming the resident company of the Smith Center for the Performing Arts when it finally was completed, was the first task. And we wanted to build something and create something that would have a lasting life, both on that stage, and it would also present the company in a new life. And my inspiration turned to Tim Burton and Dr. Seuss and the original tale by E.T.A. Hoffman, and then creating something that was going to be larger than life, that would utilize the scale of that beautiful stage at the Smith Center.
Nice.
With that in mind, we then went from there and basically did a few unique things so that the minute you walked into the theater, the experience began. I think something that's unique to this performance is the scale of the dollhouse and things that come to life, not only in the ballet itself, but also the visual impact that it would have on children and then on adults to relive their childhood as well. So, nice. Yeah, we tried to embrace all of those ideas.
Yeah, and you mentioned adults. I mean, this is a tradition for some people. They've been going since they were little. What do you think is the staying power of the Nutcracker story, and why do we want to watch it every year?
Another great question, one that's asked all the time. I think the relationship of families in the party scene is something that people can relate to. Children to children, obviously, is a relationship. It's not Spider-Man and all those Marvel comic characters right now, but there was a Rat King or a Rat Queen and a Nutcracker. So I think those superheroes have some attraction to the younger boys in the audience, as well as the mice and the soldiers in the battle, and then the beauty of that magical snow scene, and then just the journey and the costumes in Act 2, as well as nobody can argue that the Tchaikovsky score is something that we have all grown up with, be it on a car commercial or a Disney film or shopping at Macy's every year in New York. That is there all the time in our ears. And so the icon of the Nutcracker is also something that we've all grown up with. And I believe that it is something that is tradition, and it's a story that everyone can relate to. And I think that's the attraction.
Absolutely. Yeah, and James, we definitely want to remind everyone that they can check out the Cox programming guide for the air times of episode 2, I believe, only in Vegas, I believe, right?
Correct.
And you can also go online to nevadaballet.org as well. So we certainly appreciate you taking the time to stop by. And I know that you got to stay on your toes as a coach.
Thank you all very much. And on behalf of Nevada Ballet Theatre and myself, this means a lot, your support and all that you do and have done in the past. Really from the heart, thank you very much, and happy holidays to all of you.
No problem. Thank you, James.
Oh, thank you.
Now, I bet you're wondering, Danielle, how can we top a good dance choreographer? Well, don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we'll see who's doing good and doing the most good. Stay right there. Hey, welcome back to Main Street Living again. Now, ladies, you know what time it is, right?
What time is it?
Beautiful sound of Christmas, ding-a-ling-a-ling.
You actually needed a bell for that one. And as we move through the holiday season and the end of the year, many of us are taking time to reflect and maybe ring some bells. Well, 2020 has been a challenge for many. Experts say helping others can actually help you. And of course, we're talking about the Salvation Army. They put this theory to the test. Take a look.
The Salvation Army here in Southern Nevada has a wide range of services. We have locations right in Las Vegas, in North Las Vegas, out in Henderson, in Pahrump, and in Mesquite, and we serve families that are in need within the community. We assist roughly 75,000 people annually in Southern Nevada, and one of the hallmarks of our services happens right at the Owens campus. The Owens campus is known for many different programs. First is our homeless services, which really is the broadest part of our program, where we help those who happen to be homeless and we help them get on their feet. We have a program called vocational services, which really helps them with strengthening job skills. We have our anti-trafficking program, which is amazing, as we work with different agencies in the community to really rescue some of these women who have been in the struggle and been in a certain lifestyle, to bring them into a place of dignity and into a place of excitement about who they are and the life that they're living. We have veteran services because we don't want to forget at all the sacrifices that were made by those who secured our freedoms. And so we help them with case management, job placement. We make sure that they have a roof over their head, and that's an amazing program. I'm also really excited about our lead, transitional housing. We have some families that we've helped right out of homelessness, and we've helped them to get a roof over their head right on our campus. And as we work with them in those programs and they have a place that's secure, they can then secure more resources so that they can go out on their own. Our family services program is probably something that I'm most excited about, helping the everyday families who happen to fall in the margins and give them a sense of dignity by providing assistance with utility or rent, being able to provide food, but not just that, we give life skills classes to be able to assist them with standing on their own 2 feet. Jeremy is one of our amazing success stories. Jeremy came through our programming here at the Salvation Army. He found a new level of excitement for life, an excitement for his vocation. He was able to work on a skill of cooking as a chef. He went through various levels of the program and now is the executive chef here at our Owens campus.
The Salvation Army just really offered me that kind of feeling that, hey, you can do it. They didn't just rush you right in and then just try and push you right out. They really offered everything that they could to make sure I had long-term success. I just can't say enough about what the Salvation Army has done for me.
He cares about what's happening, and he has that compassion piece because he's doing it from a place of experience. He's experienced what it meant not to have, and now he experienced what it means to give back. I want to say thank you to the community at large, especially here in Southern Nevada, for their partnership to help make this happen. We couldn't accomplish this without them. But I want to remember that there are many that are in need. If you need help, reach out to us. But for those who have the capacity to help us, I'm asking that you reach within and let us know how we can meet your needs or how you can help us meet the needs of someone else.
Well, if you think you can help the Salvation Army, please donate at salvationarmyredkettle.org. And Danielle, Quincy, I've got to tell you, actually, I've done this before. I've been a bell ringer. I was doing it with a friend, and it was actually a lot of fun.
Were you authorized to be there?
Wait, you both said something at the same time. What was that?
I mean, we were shocked, but like, were you authorized to be there? Like, you did that on purpose?
Of course, I was authorized. I didn't just go and steal somebody's bell.
I could see you doing that, Cheryl, is what I said. I could see you being a bell ringer.
You can.
Yes, I could see you working at the North Pole. You were like joy.
Oh,
yes,
thank you. I try to do that. But it's funny though, because some people, they'll walk right up to you and they'll say thank you and they'll put something in there. But others, I was actually outside of a mall and they heard the bells, they looked and they saw us and they went beeline the other direction. And so, of course, I said, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
I see you.
Yes.
All right. Well, stick with us. We're going to keep on talking about how to help families this holiday season. Stick with us. Welcome back to Main Street Living. We are so excited for the holidays. If you can't tell, we're all getting in the spirit, and nothing says the holidays like your family putting you on trial for one or all of your life decisions.
True. Yeah, I've watched a little Judge Judy, but the question is, what do we really know about the services of family court? And for many people, honestly, we don't really know a great deal about it. So whether it's adopting a child or facing divorce, situations like these may be your first introduction to family law, of course. So our next guest is an expert at navigating the legal system. Welcome to the show, lawyer Timothy Sweet. Welcome to the show, Timothy.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
No problem. Thank you for being here. Now, I have a really, really crazy situation here. So my cousin who's practicing law, okay, now she hasn't passed the bar or graduated college. She's just practicing law. So I'm so happy to be on a call with a real person. Okay. So thank you so much for being on the show. All right. And you know a great deal about law. So for starters, can you help us understand what family court is?
Sure. So family court in Rhode Island is actually a bit of an umbrella term. It stands for a whole bunch of stuff. So divorce and child custody gets all the publicity, but family court also handles adoptions. It also handles DCYF matters if one or both parents get into some trouble for alleged abuse or neglect of their children. It handles domestic violence and restraining orders. It handles child support. It handles child relocation if one parent wants to move a child out of the state or out of the country, and even a host of other things like grandparents' rights. So it really is an umbrella term handling basically almost any legal matter you can imagine dealing with a family.
And there's a lot that goes into that. And I know it's not always the easiest thing to talk about. And right now, I mean, some of these situations, people are thinking, oh, I can work through this myself with my family. I don't need any legal help. But there are other times when you do need legal help. How do you know when to seek that?
So two rules of thumb. One, if you cannot have a civil conversation with the other party, be it an ex-girlfriend or boyfriend or a spouse or just the other parent, if you can't have a calm civil conversation about stressful matters, that's one indicator. You might want to just talk to an attorney and see if you need to hire one. The other one is if the other party already has an attorney, then it would be a very good, it's probably a good idea to at least have a free consultation with an attorney and see if you need one as well.
Yeah, and actually being a real attorney helps. So why is it important, unlike me getting advice from my cousin, why is it important for someone to speak with a real lawyer rather than just any lawyer?
Well, I think sometimes you should try to talk to an attorney who only does family court matters if your family is at issue or before a judge, because it's a very, I wouldn't say specialized, but it's a very specific area of law. And there's a lot of landmines. There's a lot of quagmires you can get caught in if you don't know exactly where to step with the correct judge and the right context and the right situation. And everybody is looking for to get through it as quickly and with as least stress and expense as possible. And if you have an attorney who's been before the judge, several hundred times, then that can be beneficial in certain situations.
Yeah, and there's a lot that goes into family law. I mean, there's so many different types of law out there that you can practice. So I'm curious, what made you want to get into family law?
So I didn't know I wanted to do family law until I tried it, but I've always just adored children. And this is the only area of the law where you can almost the only area of the law where you can directly affect the life of a child for the better and really be an advocate and a voice for children. Before this, I was a substitute teacher for about a year, and I just absolutely fell in love with kids. And so the other areas of the law, like bankruptcy and real estate and criminal, they're very dry to me. And this just suited me. And so this is the only area of law I've practiced for a decade now.
That is good. And you've been there for a while. Where can people get in touch with you?
You can call me at 401-340-1600. You can also just Google me. My website is timothymsweetlaw.com. M as in Michael. Or you can email me, timothy@sweetfamilylaw.com.
Now, Timothy, are you only able to help people in Rhode Island, or can you help people from out of state?
I only practice in Rhode Island, so those are the only people I can help. Thank you.
Gotcha. And is there a resource where other people can go, maybe to find somebody in their area that you know about?
Yeah, no. Even if people are outside the jurisdiction, outside of Rhode Island, they can call me. I have great attorneys who do what I do in other states. So.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Good.
Wow. Well, thank you for that. We wish you all the best and a merriest of holidays.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. Good luck to your cousin.
Quincy. All right, lots more ahead on Main Street Living. It's the spirit of giving, so stay tuned to learn about another way you can give back to help your community.
Welcome back to Main Street Living, everyone. One of the biggest problems, ladies, during this time of year are kids and sometimes entire families who go hungry, right?
Oh, I know. It's so sad. And many families and businesses are looking to give back this time of the year. And a great way to help others is through a food drive. And yes, even a virtual food drive. Joining us now to talk about the importance of giving back is Jim Floros, the president and CEO of the Jacobs and Cushman San Diego Food Bank. Welcome to Main Street Living. Good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
So tell us about the typical household your group is helping and how it's changed during the pandemic.
Well, pre-COVID, we estimate about 1 in 7 people in San Diego County, that's about 450,000 people, were termed food insecure. Many people associate a food bank with the homeless, and while we do serve the homeless, it's less than 5% of our service population. So working poor, a lot of people who are trying to make ends meet, but just truly having a hard time putting food on the table and trying to put healthy food on the table. Seniors on a fixed income, children living in poverty, and active duty military, believe it or not. Now COVID hit, and now everything has kind of changed. All those people that were in hardship before obviously are still in hardship, but now people have never had to ask for help. People heavily hit in the service industry, layoffs, furloughs, or what have you. That number of people who are food insecure in San Diego County, that number may have doubled. There could be nearly 1 million people in San Diego County right now that are food insecure.
So how much is that as an increase from last year, for example?
Well, pre-COVID, feeding about 350,000 people a month. Now in the COVID era, about 600,000 people a month.
Wow.
Crazy. And now actually with the holidays, we're seeing an uptick. We're seeing more layoffs. We're even seeing white collar layoffs. People who had 2, jobs and everything's going well. Young families that were doing fine, and they have a young kids at home, and now they have to afford buying diapers. And we're the diaper bank as well. So, we're doing 600,000, 700,000, 800,000 diapers a month on top of all the food.
Wow.
There's so much, and I'm sure that it's like this around the country as well. And people are used to donating non-perishable foods like the canned goods. But obviously with COVID, you probably can't go and do that quite as much. So virtual food drives are really taking off. Tell us what you're doing.
Well, we love it. I mean, we got a big holiday food drive campaign, and we know during the holidays, tight budgets are stretched even tighter. And now so many more people have never needed help. We are doing some more physical food drives, a big campaign with Vons and Albertsons right now, where people can buy these $5 hunger bags. But the virtual food drive has been very, very popular because people can literally just go online, and it looks like a market with some shelves, and they can actually buy food on our behalf. And we can even customize a virtual food drive for any individual, a company, or organization. They get a special link that's just for them, and then they can email that out to their friends, colleagues, people in their community, whatever, to help raise money to support the San Diego Food Bank.
Wow. So what are some of the most needed items?
Well, any non-perishable item works, but people make fun of me because I'm obsessed with peanut butter.
Ooh, I like peanut butter.
For people who are lower income, protein is expensive. And so, so with peanut butter, high in protein, kids like it, and really actually it's too expensive for us to buy. So I actually have groups that specifically do peanut butter drives.
Wow.
Give me some peanut butter, give me some tuna, some canned chicken, what have you. Anything protein reigns supreme.
Wow. And have you found that food prices have gone up because of the pandemic?
Well, yeah, we're seeing that. And, we purchase food on the wholesale food market. It's one of the ways we bring in some of our product. In a typical year, we usually spend about $1 million on the wholesale market. This month, we hit $10 million. Purchases just since the middle of March. And we've seen those prices go up. And then the supply chain, the food chain is clogged up. So we put in a food order, it may take 6 to 8 weeks for that food to actually arrive.
How are you guys able to distribute the food this year? Is that process different because of COVID-19?
We kind of took what brought us to the dance, which was a tried and true neighborhood distribution model, 200 distribution sites where we do monthly distributions, strategically located throughout San Diego County. We have over 200 of those each month, and then a network of 500 nonprofits. So any nonprofit that's doing a feeding program, more likely than not, they're getting the majority of the food from us. But then we needed to really up our game a little bit more. So what we did is we tripled the size of our mobile pantry, and then we came up with a new concept called a super pantry, and we took 35 of our 500 sites and we made them into high volume, high frequency distribution sites where they're strategically located in the county, and just pushed through so much food through those sites. And then we gave them all capacity grants so they can buy pallet jacks and refrigeration units and all that. So those high volume sites are really serving us well.
All right. And of course, if you're not in the San Diego area, you can Google the food bank in your location. But for San Diego, where can people go to learn more?
SanDiegoFoodBank.org, will set you free. Anything you can ever want to know about hunger and the food bank, all the different kinds of way to give. People make a financial gift. We can take $1, leverage that into 5 meals. We got the virtual food drive. They can sign up to volunteer. And then also, for people who need help, SanDiegoFoodBank.org/get help. No shame in asking. That's what we're here for. It's what we signed up for. That lists all of our distribution sites in the county. So you can go there, find something in your neighborhood where you can get the food you need to feed your family with complete client dignity.
Jim, thank you so much.
Jim.
Thanks.
Yeah, we appreciate it because it is important to ask for help, and we appreciate you helping us out today. So thank you so much.
We tell people, stay calm, we'll weather the storm.
Yes. I love that. All right. Thanks so much, Jim. We appreciate it. Stick with us. We're right here on Main Street Living. We are going to stay in San Diego and focus on reduce. Oh, excuse me. I was going to do reduce, recycle, repurpose, reuse, and refocus. Stick with us.
There you go. That works too. Welcome back to Main Street Living. We've been talking a lot about giving back today, guys, because it's so important, especially this year.
Definitely. Yeah.
It's been a crazy year all the way around, but the one thing you can't change is giving back. So
definitely. And this next organization we're going to take a look at, Humble Design from San Diego. They repurpose, they reuse, and they refocus. The group helps reestablish veterans by getting them off the streets and into a home. So the La Jolla Cosmetic Surgery Center recently partnered with Humble Design San Diego to give a special place to a deserving veteran and his family. Let's take a look.
When the family comes home, they are express such joy, and they're crying and laughing and jumping, and I mean, it's wonderful to watch. And we know we've only been there a few hours, but we know it was where it was when we started, and what we're giving them as a foundation for their future. And I recommend that anyone who hasn't experienced this go on to humbledesign.org and look at the videos of people finding these homes, and you'll want to be calling and helping immediately.
I started Humble Design really through a friend of mine who was in need. I was volunteering at a nonprofit, and I met the woman who ran the front desk. And she was wonderful and lovely, but I soon found out that she was homeless. She was able to secure housing, but she had nothing to furnish the home with. And when I went to go visit her, it broke my heart that her and her children were sleeping on the floor with the little nest that they had made with their coats. So I knew how much excess I had in my own home, and then I knew how much excess my neighbors had. So I began asking for furniture for her, and I soon became known as the Furniture Lady. And that was the birth of Humble Design.
Choked up during this application process. I had to fight back tears. I had to go take a drink of water. They find out what you want deep in your heart, and then they make every attempt to give that to you.
If there's only one thing that people need to know about helping the homeless, I would say that everything that you give to them, you will receive back. And you will go away with a sense of well-being and happiness for what you've helped to do. And they go forward in a much more secure way, and a way for their family to truly have joy.
Hoya Cosmetic Surgery Center. Jesus, you guys are amazing. Thank you. Muchas gracias. All of you, amazing. Wonderful work, wonderful. You've changed my life. I can bring my kids here, and everybody who doubted me, they can come here and just be like, you know, Michael has a home. That's right.
I love what their owner said. That is just so true. The founder said that we have so much extra stuff we don't even realize, and that's just so true. Like, I don't need this, I need that. So plenty we can definitely donate.
Oh, we all have so much stuff. I know. Just looking around, going, yep.
Yeah. And for the viewers out there, I mean, if you want to learn more about Humble Design, you can check out their website at humbledesign.org, right there on the screen.
Yeah, great organization there. And of course, thanks again to our friends at La Jolla Cosmetic Surgery Center for sharing this with us. Oh, it's so nice that you guys did that. For more information, visit ljcsc.com about them.
That's right, ladies. Change is always good, especially when it helps to improve how you look and feel. In fact, that's where we're going. That's what we're going to do a lot more of on Main Street Living when we come back. Stay right there.
Welcome back to Main Street Living. Now, Q, Cheryl, you know that this time of year, it's easy to get caught up in the glitz and the glam of the decorations and the presents and all the fun stuff. But it's important to remember the reason for the season too, and to give back.
Yeah, you pretty much said it. I mean, with all the negativity in the world, ladies, any good being done all around us can easily go unnoticed. But work, recovery, and support. Not just 3 words I'm saying. This is the mission of the Alpha Project in San Diego. And this unique program actually helps homeless people who are motivated to change their lives and work to achieve self-sufficiency. So let's take a closer look and see what this organization is doing.
Step up, just call me, KB.
So, you know, we're coming to your community to clean it up. You know, we're breaking that stereotype of what a homeless person is, this subculture of society. We're just brothers, sisters, moms, dad, grandmas, and grandpas, being part of the solution instead of part of the problem.
So, ladies and gentlemen, left-hand side, Don't forget, weave in and out of cars. No jaywalking, ladies and gentlemen.
So it's a win-win for everybody.
You see any cigarette butts, pick up cigarette butts. But ain't no race, y'all.
The difference between Alpha Project and others is, as I said, we have 2 elementary schools here, a half a block away from us. We maintain those campuses. We mentor those kids. We make sure that there's no drug dealing, drug use, encampments around their facilities, or anywhere in our neighborhood. We self-police, and that's all a testament to the folks here that used to be out there.
Watch out for sharp objects, ladies and gentlemen.
Ed's, once again, he's a perfect example of the quality, the caliber of the men and women that have been outside on the streets.
Here in San Diego for over 50 years, raised in Chula Vista, went to Bonita Vista High School, class of 77, have worked all my life since 1975. But suddenly in 2016, the winter, we had that flu that came through. Over 300 San Diegans died. I apparently was struck with it, and through whatever complications happened, as it turned out, I had a stroke. I was bleeding in my brain, and I lost all muscle control. It's a nightmare, and it just suddenly happens, as it can to any American, and it's one of the things you never think will happen to you, but it can.
The onus of responsibility need to go to our folks like Ed, people you've seen here that have tremendous skill, tremendous wisdom, and give them the opportunity to shine. It's that peer-to-peer support, talking to the folks out there and bringing folks in here to start the process.
Let's go.
KB wants us to be safe. He wants it to be fun, if at all possible, but we're also communicating with each other in the field when we're out there, taking care of San Diego, and we're cleaning it up. We're also giving solutions to each other, talking to each other about how did you get here? Where's your family? What do you hope for?
Society as a whole and citizens, certainly San Diegans, are so willing to help if they can see positivity, if they can see change, if they can see a reward or benefit from that help. Wheels of Change is the perfect example. You know, these are $5 donations, $10 donations to get our people out there, and they can see these folks making a difference. They can see the pride that our folks have that are here, not only cleaning up the communities, but mentoring peer-to-peer with the folks they've maybe been camping with for 20 years.
On behalf of Alpha Project, good job today. For the Go Do Lunch, good job. Appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen.
When they come back in from work, it's phenomenal to see, homeowners came out and say, hey, we're so happy you're here. God bless you. Businesses coming out bringing waters. And to have these communities come and neighborhoods come and embrace you, say thank you for being here, man, that's a huge paradigm shift.
Wow, that's a very good piece there. I mean, I know the homeless community is it's a thing out there. So. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. And to learn more about the Alpha Project or to support their efforts, you can reach out to alphaproject.org. Don't go away. We've got more Main Street Living coming up after this. Welcome back to Main Street Living.
Yeah, fun show today, and a lot of giving back. And the one most important thing about giving back is it doesn't matter what you have, it doesn't matter what you don't have during these holiday seasons. If you have it, give it, lend a hand, help people. That's my
exactly. And a lot of people think it has to be money, but you could also give your time, and I think volunteering is so important as well.
Yeah.
Definitely. And yeah. I, for one, loved the ballet segment. I can't wait to watch that. I'm here in Vegas, so I get to curl up next to my cozy fireplace and watch the Nevada Ballet Theatre. So
lucky you. Now are you going to slide the fire over on the TV to watch the rest of it on the other half of the TV?
This is my fireplace, Quincy. What are you talking about?
Stop. You got to have something other than that. A space heater, anything?
This is what I have, you guys, okay? We're just supposed to be appreciative for what we do have, all right?
We should get you a space heater for Christmas.
You change the channel. I don't want fire anymore.
At my last apartment in Los Angeles, I didn't have air conditioning, and I had a heater, but why would you use it in Los Angeles? So now that I'm here in the desert and it's gotten really cold, I'm just not used to having the ability to change the temperature. And I now that I have it, I don't use it. But yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. You know what? Speaking of change, I don't know if you ladies noticed, but if we can get a close shot, I shaved off. Remember, I had hair all on my face, like when we started. Nice little beard. Huh? Did you notice that?
That's that's a bold choice during the winter. That's going to make you colder.
Yeah,
True. I'm glad you did it though. Why did you do it?
Because I had the beard for I think going on 2 years, and every other year I change up. Although mine doesn't grow out like Kris Kringle at all. No, I have a miniature beard. But I say, let me clean it up.
It looks good, guys. Danielle, I hate to cut you off, but we are actually about to say goodbye, right, Q?
Oh yes, and don't forget you can follow us on the go on our Cox Contour app. Don't forget that.
All right,
yes,
Cox
thanks so
Contour
much for watching.
Yes, and you can always catch brand new episodes of Main Street Living 9 p.m. local time on Mondays, and then we replay that during the week as well. So until we see you next time, make sure you join us. Take a stroll down Main Street. Have a great day.